Hello, and welcome to the AYTM.com target market tutorial video. In this tutorial, I'll show you how you can leverage 25 million strong consumer panels around the world to get answers from your precise target audience. This page is where you typically start a new survey, or check the feasibility and price for a potential study you want to launch. The sample complexity meter in the upper left corner will give you real-time feedback based on the level of targeting you're selecting. As you change your sample requirements on this page, such as age range, income, education level, etc., you'll notice that the price and delivery time frame are adjusted as well. Delivery time is guaranteed by AYTM in most cases, assuming you deploy your survey within the indicated time frame. The cost includes up to 10 standard questions that you'll write on the next page, and up to 10 demographic traits that we include with every survey complete that you order from our panels, so you don't have to ask them separately and take up the space in your survey. The included set of traits may vary from country to country, but it doesn't depend on which filters you've enabled. By default, we show the price of a survey completed by 400 respondents, which is the recommended industry minimum for a statistically relevant sample size in a population such as that of the US. I'll show you in a little while how you can adjust it according to your needs. If you click Need Results Sooner, you'll notice a few things change. First, you'll have an earlier delivery time, just as you would expect. You'll also notice that the price goes up in order to accommodate the change. You may even notice that this enables AYTM blended panels. This means that on top of our own proprietary panel, we'll tap into the largest and greatest panels in the market research industry to complete your survey as quickly and efficiently as possible. The blended mode extends the reach of our platform to the opinions of over 25 million consumers. Please note that certain features such as trust score are not available in the blended mode. Next to the sample complexity meter at the top of the screen is the survey title box. You can enter your internal survey title here so you can find and manage the survey later in your dashboard. This title will not be visible to respondents. The research topic drop-down menu lets you choose the most appropriate category for your survey. When you click the gear next to the research topic menu, you'll see two options: Fulfill survey as soon as possible, which is self-explanatory, and Enable throttling. Throttling allows you to set up scheduled or distributed in-time survey fulfillment for when collecting a more even number of completes throughout a day, week, or month is a higher priority than getting sample as soon as possible. This feature is available upon request. Please contact us before launching your survey if you would like us to enable throttling for it. I'll address list surveys in a little while. For now, I'll focus on creating a panel survey. Below are countries and languages. Here we see that the United States is selected, and you have the option of using English or Spanish. Language selection will affect the price and availability, not only the interface, since we'll be sending your survey to people fluent in the selected language. You can choose from a variety of countries and 6 languages, or simply from our worldwide panel of English-speaking Internet users. Sometimes you'll want to provide a screener or pre-qualification question at the beginning of your survey to only let in those respondents who are relevant to your study. When you click on the plus sign to add a pre-qualification question, you'll be able to select from among our 2,000 plus house tags. The library is being expanded and updated every day and covers a wide range of life descriptors from health and media use to hobbies, purchasing habits, and brand awareness. To see, print, and browse the entire library by categories, click the Browse All icon at the bottom of the box. Let's say you're looking for smartphone users. If you type in Smart, you'll see a variety of available tags you can select which involve smartphones. As you mouse over your options, to the right you'll see how the pre-qualification will be confirmed by respondents immediately before your survey. Once you select your house tag, you'll have an option to toggle between Include or Exclude. If you include people with your chosen tag, respondents with this trait will be accepted into your survey. If you choose Exclude, then anyone with this trait will be rejected from your survey. Please note that if you include a pre-qualification, this will affect the quoted price in the sample complexity meter to the left. This is because you're starting to limit the number of respondents you can target, meaning we'll have to dig deeper for you to find the sample you need, which adds to your cost. Next to the house tags menu is the Add Custom option. This is if you don't see the house tag you're looking for, and you'll be prompted to add your unique pre-qualification question on the survey editor page. Regardless of whether you use house tags or your own custom pre-qualifications, you can have up to 3 pre-screeners using the AYTM platform in the do-it-yourself mode. Call us if your project requires more. Moving on to demographic options, we have gender, which you can choose to balance by U.S. Census. This means you'll get nationally representative sample by gender. We have other demographic traits on this page that can also be balanced by U.S. Census to provide nationally representative sample, such as age, income, relationship status, and location. You can balance by up to 2 nested quotas. Our available age range is 18 to 65 plus, which you can easily change. As with any other trait, the sample complexity meter will adjust accordingly as you limit the sample. Our household income range starts at $0 and goes up to $500,000 plus per year. Notice that if you make the target market too narrow, the sample complexity meter may disappear, and you'll see a prompt to call for a custom quote. This is because you've narrowed your target audience to the point where it'll take a special effort to find the respondents you need. If you request a custom quote, a dedicated project manager will help you get the results you need as efficiently and cost-effectively as possible. Our other demographic options include location, parental status, relationship status, career, employment status, education, and ethnicity or race. We have several ways to set up geo-targeting. Choose between regions, states, counties, metro areas, and zip codes. Regions, states, counties is the default geo-targeting mode. When you click in the box immediately below, you'll see regional options at the top, followed by the states. To select many different regions or states quickly, it may be easier to click Add All and deselect as necessary. Now let's say you want to drill down to the county level. For example, you want to target Baldwin County, Alabama. All you have to do is click in the box and type Alabama, or simply select Alabama. Then click on Counties, deselect All, and then select Baldwin. Your survey may be relevant only to the residents of major metropolitan areas. Get access to a few hundred of the largest metro areas by switching to the metro areas geo-targeting. Just like with the regions and states, you'll find your options in the box below. The list will include Combined Statistical Areas, or CSAs, Metropolitan Statistical Areas, or MSAs, and Micropolitan Statistical Areas, or MUSA, all according to U.S. Census classification. The list is sorted by population, with the most populated areas on top. Similar to the states, you'll be able to drill down to the combined areas and select individual metro areas within it according to your specs. The third option for geo-targeting is by zip codes. Use this option if you have a list of zip codes in which you want to conduct your study. Please keep the list under 1,000 codes. As you paste or type them in, our platform will do a validation on the fly and will report any unrecognized zip codes on the right. If you save your target market page, the bad entries will be cleared out. Below locations, you may see the Past Respondents feature if you have run surveys on AYTM in recent months. It allows you to get a fresh sample if you plan to launch 2 or more similar surveys and need to prevent an overlap of respondents between them. Launch the first survey, wait for it to be completed, then select it in the drop-down menu here before launching your second survey. If you need to launch a few surveys at the same time with mutually exclusive sample, please contact support, and we'll be happy to set it up for you on the back end. Be sure to set your number of completes to determine how many people will take your survey. You can choose as few as 50 or as many as 5,000. Anything under 400 is considered directional, which means it's not as statistically reliable as a sample size of 400 or more. A sample size of at least 1,000 will greatly reduce your margin of error at the industry standard of 95% confidence. It also happens to be the lowest sample size that most reputable publications will accept as a data source. Choose 3 to 5,000 if you plan to analyze subsets of the data individually, reserving at least 400 completes for each subgroup. Last but not least, I'll show you how to create a list survey. At the top of the page, select Your Own List. This is if you already have a group of people who are willing to take your survey, such as a mail list, active Twitter followers, Facebook community, or a website or blog with high traffic. With list surveys, you will be given a survey link plus embed code upon launch, so you can direct traffic to the survey. Please call us if you need help with designing an effective survey invitation and/or incentive model, providing support to your users, managing fulfillment, and sending out the email blast. Next, choose your language from the drop-down. It will affect the user interface as well as the language in which the demographic questions will be presented. We have a variety of demographic questions available here. Instead of using them to target your sample, these pre-written questions will enable you to better understand your list survey data, slice and dice it on the stats page, and have more filtering options. For example, if you ask for people's gender, you can compare how females answered versus males. Use your best judgment to select the traits that will be appropriate for your audience and not be too intrusive. You can also choose if these demographic trait questions are at the beginning of your survey or at the end. You can collect as many list survey completes as you need. You can even type your target number in this box. Click the gear icon at the top right to get access to the more advanced features, the ability to limit completes by IP and by device using cookies. These features can help you prevent the same respondent from contaminating your data with many repeated completes, or provide you with a better geographic distribution by limiting the amount of completes that can come from the same network, such as an office or a dorm room. Please let us know if you need to pass UUIDs or other user-specific information through a URL link to augment statistics with your own transactional data. We have the technology to make it happen, and we'd be happy to enable it for you. And that's it. Whether you're sending a panel survey or a list survey, save your selections and then click Write Survey to write your survey. At this point, feel free to check out our survey editor videos. Thanks again for watching, and feel free to ping us for assistance or more information.